And welcome back to coverage of Grand Prix Providence. My name is Marshall Sutcliffe. I'm in the booth with Jacob Van Lunen, and we've got Gerard Fabiano on the left-hand side of your screen versus Brian Shiels. Possible relation to Dave Shiels? Unsure.
I'm assuming.
I'm assuming too. Not a common last
Nico
name.
Christiansen hangs out at the Shiels house. So.
Yep, and we see that Brian is teamed up with Nico Christiansen. You mentioned earlier that he won
Grand Prix Quebec City.
Grand Prix Quebec City with one of the first big appearances of the Naya Blitz deck.
Yeah, it had had some Magic Online success prior to that, but that was the first time we had really seen the deck's power level on a live event. I had previously spoken about a rivalry here. We have Ben Lundquist against Zach Hall, two former. They used to build decks together and go to Grand Prix, and they've actually had friendly wagers at past Grand Prix over who finished better. So.
All right, Gerard Fabiano is going to use a Warped Physique to take down Brian's first play. And Gerard's going to follow up with a Battering Crisis, a card that I thought it looked a little better. It doesn't perform particularly well. It's okay, though. All right, 4-drop here. Wow. The 2/5 Armory Guard. That guy's big. That's going to keep that
on the slug deck.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I love the slug deck. I'm not going to.
He's played 2 cards and 9 toughness.
Yeah. It's turn 4.
Yes. All right, Gerard Fabiano follows up with a Sluiceway Scorpion.
Looks like Gerard has multiple gates in hand, so.
All right, Sluiceway Scorpion is going to offer up the old trade here with the Armory Guard, and it looks like that trade was declined. And there's a Greenside Watcher to follow up.
Looks like Gerard still has is that a second copy of Warped Physique in his hand? So
Boros Guildgate for Brian Shiels signals that he might have some more.
Wow. Did he attack with the Armory Guard after playing the gate so it had Vigilance and then draw out a double block from Fabiano?
He did.
He did, and then Ultimate Price is going to take down the Crisis, and that's a solid 2-for-1 there for Brian Shiels. All right, he's going to finish it off because it's got 2 points of damage on it. Still up a card for Brian Shiels out of that transaction.
3 for 2 there.
Yeah. Although, that said, after the dust is settled, Gerard Fabiano has the only creature left, and he gets to attack in there for 2. Does he have a follow-up play? He does. It's really Gatekeepers. Only 1 gate in play, so it's just a 2/4. Not particularly exciting here. I would have loved something with, 4, maybe 5 power to be able to really force Brian to commit something else to the board, but he couldn't. It looks like he's drawn a nice spell there, although he can't cast it. I think he drew a Grizzly Spectacle that he can't currently play. I think he has a Clan Defiance in his hand as well.
Wow. So he needs red mana and black mana.
So he's the 5-color deck, I guess?
Yeah.
Maybe he's 4-color, no white? Right, again, a Gatekeeper to match your Gatekeeper, and both of them are the same card.
Yeah.
2/4.
Just a 2/4.
All right, there's a second gate for Gerard. It looks like it's a Simic Guild Gate.
Oh, it looks like he has Ubulsar Gatekeepers in his hand too. So.
All right.
So now Gerard gets to play another gate post-combat, and then Ubulsar the Sunspire out.
Yeah, you called it, Jake. That's exactly what just happened, and really good play there for Gerard. He gets that card back that he lost earlier. 2-for-1-ing his opponent this
Yeah,
time.
and now they're back at parity in terms of cards.
And they're not at parity as terms of the board state goes,
Not at
especially
all.
as we see Brian Shiels just ship the turn back here. We knew he didn't
wonder
have
what's
much
in his
last turn.
hand.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's missing a color potentially too, as he's taking 6 damage here, and this is going to add up very quickly. Yeah, he did nothing on his turn or on Gerard's turn. As we see him just draw his card for the turn, Gerard. Yeah, just forced to scoop it up. He just didn't really do much there.
Yeah, I mean Gerard also did not do much,
No,
to be honest.
he didn't. He really didn't. I mean, he's playing
he had
2-4s for no value.
The 2 best cards he drew that game both got stranded in his hand.
Yeah. Didn't need him.
So are we?
So we're going to jump over to one of the other matches here.
So this is Benny Beatdowns against Nico Christiansen, I assume.
Okay.
Nico looks to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, although I think that's a runner's bane or something on the splatter thug there. I think it's being locked down, and that means that it's just. It was indeed that, but apparently that game was just over. Ben must have been at 2 or 1 or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, and also Ben had 3 cards in his hand that cost white, or cards that cost 5 or white, and he only had 4 mana, and he only had 1 white source.
Okay. Yeah, because that board state didn't look too bad for him, but must have been right up against it.
It's always odd when all the games finish at the same time.
It is indeed.
So Antonino also up a game here, playing against Zach Hall. Ben Lundquist is one of my favorite players of all time. He's somebody who I always expected to do much better.
He's a personality that you like?
He's a player I like.
Oh,
I like his personality also. I
didn't mean to shoehorn you there. I just mean, like, what is it that you like about his play?
He always has managed to draft very controlling limited decks that are always very successful. He is.
So is the Benny Beatdowns a tongue-in-cheek reference?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's calling somebody Smalley, who's actually quite large.
Okay, so he's a big control player.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And he is. He's very good at it. He's very good at playing control decks of all stripes. Antonino, Pro Tour top 8 competitor.
I think he won a GP as well.
I think he won more than 1 Grand Prix.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dual citizenship, the U.S. and Italy. He's currently living in Sicily. Very good friends with Gerard Fabiano, who is an Italian American.
He will tell you that.
Yes, he will tell you that. Who lives a stone's throw away from me. Gerard Fabiano, actually the same kindergarten class as my wife.
Is that right?
Yep.
You got any great pictures of him?
Yeah. I have the old yearbook.
Oh, buddy.
I threatened to post it on the internet once, but my wife told me that would be mean.
You can just
but
hold
I just
it
think
over
it'd be
his
funny.
head. Yeah.
You know,
you can hold it over his head too. You can get a pizza out of him or something. Get some. Next time you need to borrow magic cards from him, hey buddy.
No, both of us are always trying to borrow magic cards from people, obviously.
Looks like
I always feel like I have such a huge collection, and then when it comes time to play in the tournament, Anyway, these matchups, the Gerard's deck kind of looks like it's all over the place. Brian, who he's playing against, probably also all over the place if he couldn't cast any of his spells when he had 3 colors available to him. And, multiple black mana and multiple white mana, not multiple red.
Yeah.
So do we expect that Ben Lundquist just on Azorius and that Antonino is also an aggressive deck?
Well, looks like we're back on the on our original feature match here.
All right, so.
And there's a mulligan here by Brian Shiels.
Gerard Fabiano recently finished in 2nd place at the largest Grand Prix ever. Grand Prix Charlotte this year, which was, again, limited, gate crash limited. So
Yeah,
pretty familiar
Gerard
with
is
this
a
format.
consistent performer
Fans out there are not going to be
for
happy.
sure.
You know, somebody who has sustained as high of a win percentage at the Grand Prix and Pro Tour level over so many years, like Gerard, you really would have expected them to have more big finishes.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it just doesn't break that way. But he is definitely on par. He is, you know, one of the highest pro point totals of anybody in history.
Yep.
Top 3, I think, maybe top 4.
And it looks like Brian's going to go to 5 here, so an unfortunate turn of events for him. He's also down a game, remember, so Gerard.
He's most likely on the play this game also. So he's going to 5 on the play. It suddenly becomes...
All right, looks like we finally got a game underway here. Derosa versus Hall. Zach has a turn 2 Daring Skyjack, which is it's one of the more potent turn 2s. 3-1. Can get in there for some damage. It looks like there's a Grim Roustabout that is going to be kept on the leash in this case. So does Zach Hall offer the trade? And if it is offered, does Antonino just snap it off?
Oh, if it's offered, Antonino definitely snaps it off.
He does. He doesn't wait a turn to have Regeneration Mana or nothing like that.
I don't think so.
All right. So, and I think that Zach felt similarly and decided not to offer said trade, especially because if he can get to 3 creatures and get Battalion triggered, then that thing won't matter anymore, as the Daring Skyjack will be flying. All right, Ember Beast for Derosa.
When Zach has the option of just cloaking up a flyer here and making a 4/4 flyer.
He does need green mana. Does he have a forest in there somewhere
He
too?
does. He just drew the forest. So,
okay.
I mean, it's definitely his opponent's tapped out. It's like an ideal time to do that. Unfortunately for him, Antonino has Augur Spray in hand, so this is just going to be a complete and total blowout. I mean,
he at least is going to get some value out of it by getting that hit in and getting the life gain. But yeah, this is not ideal if he just gets Augur Spreed. So he's got a...
yeah.
Boom, take that thing down. And no attacks here for Derosa. He could have attacked with both.
It's definitely an option.
Yeah, just an option. He decided not to. He knows what plan he has for his deck. So I think the main thing is he's got a...
he's got enough removal and high-power creatures in his hand.
I can't remember the name now.
What?
He's got the X-Spell.
Ooh, okay.
With Overload. What is it called? I just had it in my
Street
head.
Spasm?
Yeah, Street Spasm. Thank you. He's got Street Spasm, and he won. Oh man.
Oh man, his opponent has 2 one-toughness guys in play.
Street Spasm right here is nasty.
Yeah. It's.
Or is he just going to Killing Glare? All right, maybe I misread it because he would have Street Spasm there, right? He's just going to use Killing Glare.
Mike Walker, Travis White.
Yeah, so I must have just misseen it because I think he would have used it.
Maybe it was a Cobble Brute that looks similarly,
he's,
right?
He's got a Cobble Brute, that's for sure. He's got that one.
It looks like a Street
card.
Spasm to me.
I thought it was too. He could have overloaded it for 1 and just killed both creatures, right?
Yes.
All right, well, the Daring Skyjack's going to get in there because he doesn't figure it's going to block, and that Ember Beast can't block by itself.
Not a Marworm.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. And there's the Murmuring Phantasm there. For Zach, he clearly wanted to play that after playing his Simic Manipulator so that he could steal the Grim Roustabout, but that play was taken away from him. Yeah, I do think that is a Street Spasm.
It is.
Interesting.
Okay. Deck. Can I go to block? Okay.
He can. No, he can't do it now for the full effect. So I think he's just going to play the Cobble Brute here.
Don't be too scared. Cobble.
Yeah, there's Cobble Brute. One of the few creatures at this price that can get through a Murmuring Phantasm.
Yeah, Cobble Brute's surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I feel like
good.
it's better now.
Yeah. Derosa setting up a pretty sweet turn here where he can kill the Daring Skyjack and attack with everything as well. I believe that Zach just has 2 lands in hand. Is that what you're seeing?
That's what it looks like.
And a forest. So let's see if Derosa wants to get kind of push the issue here.
Active treason.
Man, he's got an active treason, and he's got a stacked hand. I guess when you get stuck on 4 lands, that means that you have a lot of spells in your hand, it seems.
Yeah. Spells are good.
Your pairs are being posted on the Chandra banner in yellow paper.
You can use the Street Spasm just to take out the Skyjack if he wants, and that's going to enable the Cobble Brute to be a live attacker. Yeah, there it is. It was a Street Spasm, and it takes out the Skyjack, and here comes the squad. Boom, everybody in there. It's 12 power coming at Zach Hall, and he's going to block one of the Ember Beasts, and he's going to take 9 damage here, dropping him down to 6 and putting him in really a horrible position, especially given what Derosa has in his hand.
Yeah, he has an active treason.
Yeah, he's got an active treason, which is going to do big work here, and if he wants, he can follow up with another Grim Roustabout. I don't know that he really needs to.
Oh, he even has Launch Party, too.
He's also got Launch Party. I don't think that Derosa decides
Supreme
not
Verdict.
to play anything.
Nope, that's not good enough.
Yes, because Supreme Verdict is a spell that Zach can represent here. But it looks like Derosa is going to take this match against Zach Hall. Let's see how this shapes up near the end here, but this is not going to be good for Zach as he plays an Assault Griffin, which can really is just a nice target. For the active treason, or any number of spells that Antonino has. Now, this is just him deciding exactly how these blocks would go and what the game would do. Active treason, your Assault Griffin, and Zach Hall extends the hand. So we have 1 match win apiece for each of these 2 teams. It's going to leave it up to Gerard versus Brian Shiels, and Brian Shiels was on the mulligan, remember?
Yeah, he went down to 5 on the play against Gerard.
Against Gerard. So if we can jump over there, we'll see if he's. Well, it looks like. Gerard Fabiano. It looks like Gerard Fabiano doesn't have a ton of pressure, but he's been able to chip away Brian's life total down to 6, which means that Ogre Jailbreaker is going to be lethal next. Oh, let's get a life total update here. I think I heard him say 18. Wow, give and take both on the Jailbreaker. Yeah, so that's actually, so Brian's actually at 18 here. And it looks like he's drawn a bunch of removal to take out the threats that Gerard has, but now Gerard just drew 3 cards and has a full grip.
He has 7 cards in his hand.
How many cards in hand? 7. Okay.
We got 7.
That's almost never good. Now, tons of land for Brian, so he has definitely got himself in a position here where he's been able to play some Magic after having mulled to 5 on the play. But the question is, does he have anything? Again, he can't cast anything from his hand. We see he's got green, he's got a Verdant Haven. He's got access to all different colors of mana. And Gerard is just valuing out here. Now it's a Gatekeeper Vine to keep that hand full.
Yeah, also, I mean, that got him a Plains, which now gives him access to all 5 colors, which he apparently did not have yet.
Purge the Profane on Brian. Insult to injury here. He's got a Smite, a land, and a Cerulean Gatekeeper, so the land is going to go. We know that. And
yeah,
does he just need to hold on to the Gatekeepers? No, he does throw those away too.
Purge the Profane, really good in these types of matchups.
In these grindy matchups.
You know,
don't want it against the aggressive deck, but it's
he
certainly
sees an
good
aggressive
here.
deck over there and an aggressive deck over there. Sure, his opponent didn't do anything in game 1, but you could be pretty sure that they're going to be on a control deck, and then you want that Purge the Profane, especially when you're on the draw.
That's right. Now this Ogre Jailbreaker, we see Gerard has not been able to add any more pressure to the board yet, but it is doing a lot of work here. Coming in for 12 that we've seen just since we came back to this match. And, okay. There's an unblockable 2-1 Sewer Shambler. All right, ultimate price, a little late, but still within enough time to take this clock down from very quick to a little bit of breathing room here. Attack with both, and the ultimate price is going to hit this Jailbreaker. And that means that Brian's going to drop down to 8 here, but he needs to find a way to get back in this game. He needs to draw some cards or get something going. Is that another Purge the Profane? Jeez, Gerard is just grinding out Brian Shiels here.
Such a sicko.
Yeah, I think it was a smite in that land that he had in hand, and now Brian is top decking Steeple Rock, and it looks like Gerard's got Clan Defiance is just going to show it to him because it's lethal, and that's it.
Clan Defiance is a pretty good card.
That's going to be the whole thing right there. Yeah, well, Clan Defiance, one of the better rares in the set for sure. And Gerard Fabiano and Antonino